I played it correctly. This shouldn't feel as good as it does, but it fucking does. Did I have a right to be nervous? It could have been me. But I think I've learned that I have enough people out there that if it were to be me, I would have heard something. And that means that I actually feel really good moving forward. I think it's going to be really important moving forward to continue to talk to people. Damage control with chaos is probably going to be really important, except that not really, because literally every other player chaos thought they had didn't have. The only other player who was voting with chaos is now on the jury. At least I think that's how it played out, and I feel awful for him. Oh, I'd hate to be chaos right now. But hey, he's still in the game. So, there were some questions. Let's go ahead and see what these questions were, because I will now happily answer them as, hey, I'm still alive in the game. The questions proposed to me were, well, not questions, they were elaborations. And one of the things, I don't remember when I said this, was in one of the videos today, was that I said, Taste as a player is someone I don't totally align with, whose judgment I do question sometimes. If he feels good about spokes, that might have to be good enough for me. So to elaborate on that, Taste and I play the game very differently. I've talked a little bit about this before, and it's still very true. He is not comfortable when I go off and do my own things. Taste very much wants to be inside of everything. And the problem I have with that is you can't be. You just can't be inside of everything. And if you are, you will lose. Because at the end of the day, the jury will talk and they will realize what you've done, and they won't be impressed. They'll feel used. So I don't want to be in everything. I want people who I trust in everything. So it's like I was saying before about Taste, a big blind spot in his game. It's honestly pretty similar to mine, is that he can be dismissive of people. He was dismissive of Haschel. He said that Haschel wouldn't talk to him, and I say, well, maybe you're not talking to him. Maybe you pick up the reins then. Why don't you do it? And then it was when I sat back and realized, it's not that people talk to me. I talk to them. Again, social player. I don't think Taste is a social player. I think Taste is a strategic player. He can talk to people, and he's fun. He posts good gifts. He does things. But he's a different player than me. And, I do and did need to trust his judgment, and what I will say about Taste is that his judgment is pretty solid. When he has said that someone will be with him, they've been with him. The one time that didn't really come to fruition was when we lost Blaze in the swap vote, and Blaze voted for Merc instead of Chrism Phoenix. But it was of very little consequence here, though his read was right. So I'm pretty inclined to go with Taste on that. But to address the other point, sorry, I'm hearing, I believe, my pregnant wife using the bathroom and not coming to yell at me for making too much noise. Yes, we're good. Okay. The second question, the second elaboration. I thought for a time that if I were to lose Taste, that would somehow be the worst point in the game for me, but it wouldn't be. I don't want to lose Taste, but if I do, I'm going to be much more liberated to play my game my way. Look, it's true. At this point, I do feel accountable. I feel the need that if anyone reaches out to me with information, if anyone gives me something, I've got to go running it right back to him. I don't like it. I don't love it. It's not my favorite thing to have to do. The flip side is, of course, it's nice having someone else run things to me. But at this point in the game, I actually have a new take. And I floated this to Taste, not in any, not in our Poppers Alliance chat, but privately. I'm going to put it out there now. I think it's time for Taste and Chili to maybe not be getting along so great. What I mean by that is that the relationship that we have displayed to the rest of the game is far too strong, and it's not going to take long. Maybe not this vote, probably not this next vote, but the one after, it's probably not going to take too long for someone to catch on and for someone to start making some noise about this power couple relationship. It's a problem. I think it's a real problem. So, what I'm thinking is that it's going to be very beneficial for either one of us, and I'm pretty sure I know who, for either one of us to offer up the facade of going after the other. And here's why I want it. I want it because A, it breaks up the dynamic, so the viewers sort of, not the viewers, not y'all lovely people, y'all know what's going on, but the players in the game will no longer think, hopefully if we pull this off, that we are like this. But more importantly, what it does do is it gives us more ears. If the perception that Taste has is that he is willing to vote for Chili, then guess what? People talk to Taste about voting for Chili. And the same thing is true about the perception of Chili voting for Taste. And if that happens, we find out about it. And hey, we have an idol left. So we're protecting ourselves up real good. We can control a vote. There's a lot of value to us having that information, and we're not going to get it as we are. No one's going to talk to us about it. So we need to at least pretend. Now, of course, the question is, who pretends? It would be very bad form for both of us to pretend to suddenly go after each other at the same time. You can sniff that out from a mile away. That won't work. Now, I think I am better suited to pretend to be the saboteur because I think my social game is slightly stronger than Taste's. I don't believe that Taste has the constitution to be the bystander, however. I think it will drive Taste crazy to be on the outside of all these conversations. I am far more comfortable being on the outside of the conversation, despite the fact that I would like to be driving the car. I prefer it. I think objectively I could handle this position a little better. But the other part of it is that it sort of fits more with Taste's image to go after me, and not so much the other way around. I think more players assume that Taste is comfortable going after Chili than Chili going after Taste. So there's that. We have some things to do, and hey, we have fucking time to do it, because I'm still here. I'm still here for at least 3 more real life days. I get to keep playing Survivor, and I'm fucking happy about it. I'm real fucking happy about it. It's a good night, a real good night. Yes.